For a long time, with some exceptions, email marketing has been pretty boring and pretty basic, mostly just text-based. Well, the other day I was going through my emails, looking at things I'm subscribed to, and basically culling any emails I was no longer interested in. And I noticed something really interesting as I went through them. Some of them that were just text-based, and I hadn't been regularly following this person, so didn't recognize their name. I would open the email and wonder, who is this person again? I can't remember who they are. And so I was much more likely to unsubscribe. Whereas ones that had visual elements, whether it was a banner or some sort of signature with a picture of their face or something about it that had some sort of visual element to trigger my memory, I would much more likely want to stay subscribed because I could remember who this person was and they were recognizable and memorable. And it also made the reading experience more enjoyable. It was a more fun email to read because there were more visual elements. Adding visual elements to your emails makes them more memorable and recognizable because there's things that will prompt people's memory to go, oh yes, I remember who this person is. And it also makes the reading experience more enjoyable because it breaks things up, adds visual element, and just helps the flow of reading. I don't know about you, but I feel much more engaged and enjoy reading an email that has some visual elements to it. And it also is well branded because then I'm like, oh yes, I remember these people. I love them. I enjoy reading their emails rather than opening the email up and going, who's this person again? Now, in the past, trying to create beautiful visual emails was a lot of work. Trying to create all the graphics, trying to put it all together, upload imagery. It took a lot of time, and sometimes you even had to code them. I remember back in 2010 and to about 2012, I would actually HTML code emails so that I could add visual elements into it. It is so much easier now thanks to Flodesk. With Flodesk, you can use templates, you can just drag and drop elements in, you can upload your fonts, you can put your brand colors in, and you can utilize templates so that it's really easy each time. You can set up your own beautiful newsletter template, reuse it each time, just make little tweaks. So you can create a really beautiful email very quickly and easily and have something that's going to engage the reader, something that they're going to enjoy and something that's going to make you memorable, and it's not going to take a whole lot of effort on your part. So in today's video, what I wanted to do is dive into Flodesk and actually take you along as I redesign my own newsletter so you can see some of the potential here and some of the fun things that you can do, because I've started to play around with it even more as I've got to know the platform better and better, and I've found some fun little tricks to make things even more interesting, to really break the barriers of what's possible so you can create something really unique and interesting that's really going to get your readers excited to open up those emails. Now, if you're already using Flodesk but don't want to start from scratch and want something as a head start, or if you've never used it before and you want something that you can dive in, have a play around with and see what you can do with it, and if it's something that you're interested in trying, get the link in my description below where I've got a really fun free template for you, as well as a link to try out Flodesk for free. So let's get into Flodesk and start designing. Alright, so when you go into Flodesk, what you can do is go to New Email, and you can use one of their templates as a starting point, or you can go to Start from Scratch. Now, what I want to do is utilize the emails I've already been sending and basically update it to create a fresh look. So this can be great if you've already got a template that you can use as a base, or you've been already sending out newsletters and you just want to change the look and style. So I'm going to go to this first one I created in this style, which I sort of use as a base to continue creating more. So it's sort of got the most elements in it to use as an actual template. So we're going to click these three dots and duplicate. So any emails you already got, you can just duplicate and it keeps that same look, which is really handy if you want to keep using the same style and just make adjustments over time. Now, when it comes to your banner, up the top here, you can press a plus and you've got logo. Now that's going to instantly put the logo in that you have. Now I've been making templates on here, so it's got a special logo that I use for creating templates, or you can just put in an image. So in this case, what I want to do is design a banner. So I'm going to get rid of this top section here and I'm just going to create a banner. So this one here, as you can see, it is animated. So if you want to create any kind of animated element, you need to make that a GIF. So we can do this really easily. So what I've got here over in Canva, I've got a page here that is 900 by 300. So that's a good size to work with. If you're working on a banner, think about some sort of size around that. Obviously you can adjust it to what's going to work for you. So now what I want to do is I want to add some sort of imagery behind. I've decided that this is a little bit too plain, just having it like this. And I've also changed up my fonts. So I want to go in and first adjust my fonts. So what I've done with this one is I've got my logo on one page, and then I've created the next page so that it as a video changes from the logo to this text. And then I've added animation to this text. So what you can do is just click on an element. So it could be text, it could be an image. Click on animate at the top and you can choose all these different animation elements. So there's lots you can do to make something animated and then turn it into a GIF to add that bit of movement into your emails to make them really interesting. So here I've uploaded some brand video. So what I'm going to do now is resize that so it covers the whole page. And I'm going to send it to back. So layer, send to back. And now we've got a bit of video. So now we can actually watch it and see how that looks. So you can see we get a little bit of video. And then you can also have a look and think, is that too long? And you can adjust the length. So this, we're going to change the length. So our video here is 14.7 seconds. So our video here, we're just going to adjust it so it's just a few seconds. Let's go for 4 seconds. And then we're going to make it come to this next page and maybe we'll have a different video on this page. So let's play that through. All right, so that's our banner design, and now what we want to do is go to share, download, and we're going to download this as a GIF. So now what we're going to do in Flodesk is you want to choose it as an image, so I'll just delete this just to show you. So we're going to add plus, we're going to choose image, click on it, and now we can upload it. And there we have our banner. So now you can add in text sections. So again, you can just add a plus and you can add here text if you want to add text sections. You can also edit the font, so choose a different font. You can also change the color and the size and really make it just how you want. To change the background, you can just click on this background here and then you can choose the background color, canvas color, link color, and font color. Now, if you want to add in these sort of big blocks of text, what you want to do is go to a plus, layouts. Then you want to find the layout that's just some text. So if we scroll down, so that's this one here. Now what you can do is actually add your brand fonts. So I've put in my brand font. So we've got IB Presto. Then I can adjust it so I can choose my brand colors. So now we've got these larger text things. Now I want to show you a cool trick. So as you can see, there's all these different things, elements that you can add. You can basically, you go to the plus, go to layouts, and there's all these different cool layouts that you can utilize. But I've recently discovered an interesting trick that I want to show you that creates something much more interesting and is a lot like the template that you can download for free. And of course, make sure you check that template out. You'll find the link in the description because it is a very fun template that I've created for you. So what you can do is you choose a color for this section. So for any of these sections, you click on them and it's got background. You can choose a color. So let's choose this one, block background. Now let's use the same color as this bit. So we can just use the selector tool and select, and then it makes it the same color. Now it looks like it flows together. So that's something, if you use the same color and put two blocks together, it makes it look like it's one block. So if there's two blocks you want to join together to make them look combined, that's something you can do. Now going back into Canva, I'm going to create a new page here and I'm going to paste in some cool elements. So I'm going to sort of add some scrapbooky elements. I'm going to go to elements and square. So I'm going to place that over like this. Now what I'm going to do in Flodesk is find this color. So I'm going to click on it, block. I'm going to grab that code. Back in Canva, we're going to add that color in. Now you can download this image, or another trick I do is do a screenshot. So I go and grab it where I cut it exactly where I want it to cut. So I want it so it's fairly small at the end there. We don't want too much extra space. Then I'm going to come back in here and go to layouts and image. I'm going to choose just image here. I'm going to upload that screenshot I just took. And look at that. Now it looks as if this continues to flow and there's all these extra little bits. So you can make it look like there's bits that are basically on a transparent background there and make it look like it all flows together as one piece like this. Okay, so working down the page, I've continued this. I've also gone and created a graphic here to make an ending. So you can see we've got a graphic here. So we've got a photo that connects here to make it look like we've got some scrapbooky bits coming at the top. We've then added a text one, and then we've added these ones. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different elements, but we've put them all with the same background colors, using those same colors in the actual graphics. So it actually looks like one piece. So this is what's really clever with this, is you can actually butt things up against each other and make them look like a whole piece when they're actually made up of several different pieces. So then I've added in a few other elements. I've done another one here where I added a graphic here and then made this a whole piece. So it's a graphic,
a text block, and then this block, so that's 3 different blocks, and made it look like it's one piece. Then I created this one here, so this one was the image, text, this block here, and then we've got here one where it's just a bit of text but a different font this time, so it looks like a little bit of handwriting. Then I've added a shop section, so that's an e-commerce section you can add. So now what I was thinking we could try is actually have an animated one. So rather than just flat image, let's actually add in an animated bit on the top of this. So let's go back into Canva. So here's the graphic I've got here. Maybe let's make this pen wiggle. So what we can do is click on it and animate. Then we can choose wiggle, and we're just going to put it down so it's really low, so it's just a nice subtle wiggle. Then we're going to go to share, download, and we want to choose GIF. Make sure we choose our correct page. Right, now back in Flodesk, we're going to click plus here. We want to choose image. Now we're going to upload our GIF. And there you go, we now have it look like one piece. So we've got here the GIF, the text, and this e-commerce section, but it's now got a little animated element. How cool is that? So this is where we can get very creative here in Flodesk. Now, finally, to end it off, we want a signature. So I've got here just using one of their blocks, making a signature. But what if, again, we animated something, we made a GIF? So I'm going to use this same template I used for the banner because I've already got that a size that is a good width and everything. So we're going to make a new one here. I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to choose a frame, so a circle frame. I'm going to put a video in this frame so I can double click it to resize it to how I want it to sit. And I can test that out. So once I'm happy with that, then I'm going to add some text. So I'm just going to grab this bit of text here. Now what I want to do is animate this text. So we can go to text animate and we can have a look at what might work. So we might typewriter that on. And what you can do is just hover over different text things just to see what works. When it comes to animation, just hover over them to see what they look like so you can decide the one that you like. Now the thing with a GIF and an email is we don't want it to be too big of a file, so we want to keep it short. So I'm going to actually crop this down just to be a few seconds long. Now again, we can download this as a GIF. So back in Flodesk, again, you want to add an image and there we have it. Now we have an animated signature as well. So there we have it. And as you can see, once you put it in, you can see how it actually looks. And if you want to go back in Canva, adjust it, you can go back in, change things up and put it back in until you are happy with it. So there, as you can see, we've got a little bit of animation there. This little bit of animation here, and also the animated banner. So it really creates something really interesting and dynamic once you add in these animated GIFs and also add in these images where it feels like there's layering and things are all connected. So you can really get creative in Flodesk, as you can see. And if you'd like something where it's already got some of these little elements in it and you want to test things out, make sure you download that free template I have so you can give it a go yourself.
I hope you enjoyed coming along with me designing this newsletter. And again, if you'd like that free template and a free trial of Flodesk, make sure you check out the link in my description box below. And of course, if you'd like to learn more about graphic design, branding and creativity, make sure you've subscribed and happy creating.